sigcwala izintaba siwele imifula seqe imingcele sithungatha izindaba ezihlabahlosile eyinoju eyinomsoco.
He will never be acquitted. And not one judge, more than one judge. Now, there's no judiciary that can make such remarks. And you think there is everything fine with the judiciary. Even this judgment, if you listen to it, it's an angry judiciary fighting not the fact that I was faced with the question of not going to court or whatever, but dealing with my my remarks that I made as me on what was happening and must be punished for that, which means if you give your freedom of speech, you must be punished for it. That's what the judiciary, in my listening of the judgment, that's what they were saying. Zuma said this, Zuma said this. That was not a crime. Why must I be punished for it? Is that a judiciary I think we should have? I don't think so. They should have said contempt of court, this is it. Even the sentence for the contempt of court is actually described, it is there. But they say, no, with this one, we give him more than that. Out of, I don't know. If you think that is a judiciary that is healthy, I disagree. It's not healthy.
Okay. No, sir, I want to come back to you. But as I do, I just want you to appreciate one thing. Speaking to somebody that is probably the age of your parents, if not older. So if you don't contain your tone and maintain decorum in your question, it's going to be a problem. Ask any question you want to ask, but try and make sure that you ask it with respect and decorum. Over to you.
I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
That's fine.
If
Please carry on.
Like this, I apologize.
Right.
My question, sir, was that you making the argument about your health in your plea to the constitutional claim. But your behavior has been contradictory to that plea in regard to you saying that being sent to prison at your age and because of your health, it will be tantamount to being sentenced to death. Do you not think that you should have played a role, sir, in speaking to your supporters, in leading by example, by wearing a mask, for example, by telling them from Tuesday when they started gathering here, that they too should make sure that they do not break lockdown regulations? Thank you.
Okay. The President is going to answer the question for two reasons. Number one, I think it's important for you to do a bit of research first and understand that sometimes when you've got a medical condition, there's an issue between you and the mask. So you take it, you put it on, you put it off. Doctors regulate that kind of a thing. So the fact that the President is not wearing a mask might very well be a medical condition, which is a confidential thing which you can't disclose it and all of that. So I don't think we'll go that way, because also I had tried to be fair to yourselves here. I had asked you guys here to arrange one feeder situation near camera, but you have failed to do that as media. Look how many are you here. You yourself are breaking the regulations. And I've given you the opportunity to make sure that you stick to the regulations. It's on the Twitter account of the foundation. But you have not done that, but you're pointing fingers. Just don't go there. Yes, ma'am?
Hi, thanks. Leila from the Daily Maverick. Will you be attending the ANC's NEC meeting this week? And have you been vaccinated?
Have you?
Vaccinated.
No, not yet. Not yet. I have not yet vaccinated.
And are you going to the ANC's NEC meeting?
Is that your business?
It's my question.
No, absolutely. I don't understand. Because I'm an NEC member. It depends when I go, whether there's anything. That's why I'm asking you a very rude question. Is it your business? You should ask other questions.
I think it's not the way to it. I know you're bending. I just want to check somebody that has not asked a question before. Otherwise, to repeat you and somebody else has, the other people get more than one opportunity. Yes, sir. Introduce yourself.
Mr. President, is there any reasons as to why you're not feeling comfortable to appear before Zondo? Is there any personal relations or personal issues that are between you and Zondo that made you feel that you are going Justice Zondo will be biased towards you?
Chair, we dealt with this matter in public at the commission. You know exactly what I said. There's no issue between me and Zondo. I said, and I said it also earlier, Zondo became biased. Not because there's anything between me and him. We know each other for a long time. How we know each other, I don't think that's an issue. The issue was that he became biased. And I said, please recuse yourself because you're not biased. I don't trust you that you're going to deal with me as you would have been dealing with any other person. That's all. I don't think it goes beyond that.
Okay, I think we're about to close now. I'm going to take a pending in.
That's fine. See how we sort of it's just in relation to the Zulu family. My question is, when the late king passed, we saw the Zuma president continuing to provide support. Yet now during this time, when obviously he's going through, we've seen the Zulu family criticize those who appear who report themselves to be Amabuto, and also criticizing those who have come out to support Ubabutu. So my question is, how does this make you feel, and what is the relationship between him and the Zulu royal family at this time?
I don't know whether I heard everything.
Now he is saying the royal family has raised some objections in terms of Amabutu doing whatever they've been doing in support. And he is saying, how does that strike you? And what is your relationship with the royal family? If I summarize you.
I'm a Zulu. The Zulu kingdom is my Zulu kingdom. I'm part of whatever. Now, what comments they make about the Amabutu, by the way, I'm part of Amabutu. When they come to me, they are coming to their colleague. How then did they feel about it? I don't think it's me to answer. Why should I? I mean, I don't know. What makes them to make the comments they made or whatever? I did not hear them. But I'm just telling you, I'm part of Amabutu, myself. And the king is my king. So how do I answer the question, how do I feel about it? No, that's not the question for me to answer. Really.
Okay, is there anybody that has not asked a question?
Mr. Zuma, Mr. Former President, what's going on I just have one question. Do you feel that any of the justices that have to deal with the decision application, do they all part of judges that are biased against you? And do you think that if they are, then they should recuse themselves?
No, I've never had that feeling. Not at all. And I can't decide who comes in. And I can't, before people come in, say, when I don't come in, because of a bias. No. Why should I do so?
Okay.
Really.
Right, we're going to close in a minute. This will be the last hand because we've had the question before. Is there any other question?
Yes, my question to the President is, he says he agrees with the minority judgment because it was dispassionately objective and consistent with the Constitution. But those very judges agreed with the majority that you are guilty of contempt, but only differed on the sentence. Do you also accept that you are guilty of contempt, Mr. President?
My brother, you want me to judge myself? You know why I say so? Because you don't know why I take that decision that I took. In other words, for the contempt of court to come about. I did not just decide to say, I now don't want to hear you. You are in this country, you know there was a background to that. If perhaps you were asking, you do think this was a correct decision, whatever. But to say, because you say those judges were I was just saying, they did not hear me, even those judges. But I was comparing, and this was a comparison, that the minority had a better explanation or judgment they made about this case. Of course, they still believed that contempt is not right, but they've never questioned me why I took that action. So why should I say now, because it is just called contempt, then I'm guilty? Not at all. Not at all. I had reasons why I took that decision, and I'm sure you read my statements. Because my feeling is, even if you're a judge, you can't undermine the law. And you have never had me arguing that one. So your question is not fair, because you want to judge me, you want to feel this are good. We were appreciating their reasoning in terms of the judgment, how they feel about it. That's what we're dealing about. We did not dealing with the issue that they were actually correct to say I'm guilty on contempt. I didn't say so.
Breaking news.
All right, well, just clarity on this legal point. Advocate, I just want to know something. The inquiry says the court has no jurisdiction to hear this case and should dismiss it outright because only the consul can stay its orders for the president's arrest. If the court agrees, do you then accept that the former president must be arrested by Wednesday? Otherwise, the police will be in contempt.
Again, as I said, before I do that, I just wanted to introduce the other members of the legal team, Advocate Bolu and Advocate Buthelezi, stand up, and Mr. Tusini. Thank you. All right. My brother, I have said that I'm not going to discuss the merits of the cases here. I can assure you that whatever defenses are raised in those documents will be debated in court on Tuesday, and I'm sure you will be there. I've explained to you it would be unfair to now start arguing the case here in front of the media when the opponents are not here. They have raised their legal issues, we've raised our legal issues. I was just asked by the former president to come and answer those questions that deal with the legal cases. And it was on that basis that we obtained permission. But if we now stray into the merits of the cases, it would be completely wrong and unfair and beyond the permission that we have. Please bear with us, it's only 2 days. All issues that are raised by us, by other people, by the court, by everybody, even the pseudo-analysts and lawyers who have a view, will be answered in court. Please, I hope you understand that. Thank you.
We're going to close this now. I'm just going to give the lady a chance, and then we close.
Thank you. I am Nkandla from the SABC. Maybe my question would be best answered by Dali Mpofu. Advocate, the Deputy Chief Justice back in the position of the acting Chief Justice. Now, please help me understand this. Come next week, Monday, what would be the procedure? Would he have to recuse himself, or would you then, as the former President's legal team, would request that he recuse himself in the Rahim's application? I ask this because in the state capture matter, it was the former president had an application for him to recuse himself, and he listened to that application. How would it work in this instance?
Yeah, you see, this is a characteristic of the press briefing gone too long, because now we're no longer focusing on what the president had said, or going into the cases and everything else. Let's hear what you have to say.
ngeke singene kuyona ngoba sangena kuyona saqeda sikule nkinga nje ukuthi sasingene kuyona inkantolo eseziyochasa.
Advocate will deal with the question of conflict again and stuff. Did I see a very waving hand here? Were we done? Okay. Okay, there.
Yeah, it's something. I just want to ask Mr. President, should your application page,
sorry?
Yeah, should your application page, will you consider going to, approaching the ICC, the International Criminal Court?
No, now. You want me to guess and speculate, and no, I'm not going to do so.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very quickly. The answer I will have is I will borrow from the former president. We will cross that bridge if and when we come to it. We cannot speculate. We don't know who's going to be sitting on the bench on Monday, and now we can say things. My understanding of the statement of the Department of Justice was that Justice Zondo would continue with the commission. He was simply appointed to be acting Chief Justice. So I'll be surprised if he will be there for any other reason. So I don't think it's appropriate to even deal with that. If it happens next Monday, well, we'll deal with it then.
Okay. The reason the foundation has allowed this questioning to go on longer is one way of apologizing for starting too late. So we thought we can't start too late and not even give them a chance to ask questions. And we've tried to give quality engagement one-on-one. I think we've done all of that, and I must take this opportunity to thank you all for discipline and clear questions, strategic questions, etc., etc., etc. Thank you very much. Keep watching the Twitter handle of the foundation. That's where all the information is going to come from. Right now, we can announce that on Tuesday we will be in Pietermaritzburg Court on an urgent basis to stay the arrest as it were. But all these issues around whether there's jurisdiction and what have you are matters that you will hear Advocate Mpofu arguing. I mean, other people, some professors of law, did not know that you could rescind a constitutional court judgment. They didn't know this until Advocate Mpofu. He's got a few things up his sleeves. So wait for Tuesday and see people that have worked on this study law but have understood. Thank you very much.
One more.
A very, very emboldened.
Hayal